by Uganda, most of you know as Bubu, and you must be thinking, Bubu is actually a policy that is geared towards actually promoting the use of locally manufactured goods and use of local skills personnel. Yeah, that is what we mean by build Uganda, build Uganda. Once you purchase a product that is made from Uganda, you're building Uganda as a nation economically. Yeah, so this concept requires Ugandans to position themselves in order to play respective roles in building the Ugandan economy and reaping from it. Just like we export our produces, our products, it's the same with the zeal, the energy, because we expect money. That is the same zeal we're supposed to do as Ugandans to support our fellow Ugandans. That is what it is about. Support your fellow Ugandans. If your friend sells bitenge fabric, support them. You know, that is the sole reason for buying Uganda and building it at that point. Now. Well, of course, you have to realize that Uganda is predominantly, a huge percentage is usually into the small SMEs here, small medium enterprises. So those are the ones that really occupy a huge percentage in Uganda. So you must be wondering. So that is why the government thought, you know what? How about we bring this initiative? And we support, like you see, they have bags, they have good items, but then at what the cost? Yeah, so most of you must be the reason as to why people do not actually support Uganda as it should be is because of the prices. You know, yeah, the prices. Because now looking at a fabric like that at Thye, someone is going to buy it at a certain amount. You know, fix a few things here and there to come up with a beautiful product, probably a bar, probably earrings, probably some other things that are needed to make a product here. And at the end of the day, a bag will have to cost between 25,000 and 35,000. So imagine the cost. So as we are encouraging our citizens to support our fellow manufacturers or for producers, they have to incentivize these items because they're quite expensive actually. So one would think, if I am to support my fellow Ugandan, why don't I buy China? You know, it's me buying China. It's so absurd. But anyway, still there are very many importances, there are very many benefits when we are building our nation together as one, supporting each other, rooting for each other, and of course looking at increased gross domestic GDP. Yeah, the more we support each other, the more our GDP grows, and of course employment, that can't be ruled out. Employment due to increased population. Once you've started up, once you've had a startup, it is your responsibility, you have the responsibility to employ because you can't do it on your own. At the end of the day, you're creating job opportunities, employment opportunities for fellow citizens, mostly the young population, the youth that we are talking about. Then there's also a substantial reduction in trade deficit. Yeah, we saw that most of the times we are in deficit when it comes to trade. But however, looking at reports for last year, at least we improved in the European market, having exported more than we imported. So we have some loopholes. We still have some loopholes to patch up. So once we start trading, once we start embracing the different products that we have as a country, Uganda, trust me, there will be less of that. You know, we shall be able to pay our taxes and pay the debts that are really surging, 97 trillion, beyond the mark, beyond the debt mark. So what does that leave us as Uganda? We have a lot of work to do. There's also increased exportation of value-added products here because The moment you have a finished product here in our country, that means, and if the moment people start embracing what we have, because it starts from here. If at all you have a product and it's not embraced here in your very home country, leave alone where they say a hero will be rejected. No, this is a different case, yeah? If a product is not really embraced, that means the citizens or the locals feel it's not up to standard. So how much more do you think is going to be accepted by those outside, you know? Unless you add value for us, and even the products that you're exporting. It starts from us, you know. Don't tell us raw coffee, no. I want the processed one, we want the fully packed one, we want to have the taste of clean, smooth coffee, okay? That is what we want, yeah? So definitely there are very many things that we can learn from this initiative, like government thought it through, that this is to benefit all. You go support that vendor that is there, that is there near your home. You support that lady who sells African fabric. You go sell. So there is a lot. You go to, you know, these manufacturing plants, buy our commodity, buy our rice. Yeah, people are buying basmati, we have plenty of things that I can say. I am one lover of Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. I make sure wherever there is something, I have to go and participate, because at the end of the day, I know Fena Tuganyirwamu, I am going to benefit as a person. Well, Bubu is also aimed at marketing Ugandan products. If made in Uganda products are bought, hence demand grows, and it will cause expansion of manufacturing plants and also save the country foreign exchange. Well, you've seen actually when it comes to tourism, many people have positioned themselves in that area. You see, they have arty crafts, they have, you know, these African fabrics right there. So made out of papyrus. So it's quite amazing actually when you go to these places, and you know these people buy, actually they buy. And so what does that mean? So once a foreigner, a tourist purchases an item that you created out of your beautiful hands, out of your skills, trust me, they're going to go and spread word. You know what, I got this from Uganda. Please, once you go back and visit, you'll find the same. So you're adding on the economy at the same time, promoting tourism. You see, you're killing two birds with one stone. That is what we want. That is what we want. The more we grow, the more we grow to love our products, the more we're going to sell them out. Well, of course, there's also industrial growth. Yeah, with that, when there's expansion of manufacturing plants, industrial growth, yeah, a rise in taxes and in employment, yeah, because now people are setting up businesses. They have startups, yeah, so they have to pay taxes. The more taxes, the more revenue, the more we pay our debts, the more we have things done for us, okay? So imagine you're not paying your taxes, evading your taxes, there's the back and forth, you know. So that money is for you as a citizen of Uganda, because at the end of the day, it's the one that is used to make your roads, it's the one that is supposed to be used for infrastructure, the hospitals, you know, very many things. So definitely, and of course, like I'd said, employment. Once you have a business, when you have a startup, you have to employ people. So you are killing like a thousand birds with one stone. I don't know if that is even logical. Now, for instance, in 2022, the oil and gas sector, so we are actually expecting the oil and gas to start there at Albertine region. So imagine the number of job opportunities that have been created. Over 10,000 jobs are going to be created. So I'm telling you, so this is what we mean by Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. You don't have to necessarily buy the product, but then you have to participate in also manufacturing, in getting the product, yeah? So in so doing, after us discovering oil, we are employing people. So it means we are we are bringing it back to ourselves, okay? Yeah, much as we also have other people to help us around, then it cuts across to our food, the food, you know, to basic available materials, to the industry. Yeah, actually raw materials are quite expensive here in Uganda, or probably, well, they make them expensive. Because now if you're going to do, for these people that do mats, the papyrus reeds, oh, the papyrus reeds almost everywhere. Every time I close my eyes, if I go to up country, I see papyrus reeds. So make it a point, go and dry them, do what you want to do. So there's a lot that we have at our exposure. It's just that we have to be creative, yeah, and love the products that we do. And of course, at the end of the day, it will create a good amount of technical capacity building into the country, Uganda. So there is a lot more we can talk about. Buy Uganda, build Uganda, for the love of our country, for the love of our communities, for the love of our people. Yeah, I want to see, because I've gone to, when you go to different supermarkets, there is always that section of buy Uganda, build Uganda. You see, it's always like there, nearby, or in the corner. And most of us are usually passing like, oh, that's a gula, I came to buy Pampers or whatever I came to buy or something like that. You don't even try to be like, okay, you know what, let me just go there and check it out. Because, you know, the whole notion of things are expensive, they're expensive. Let's stop that, okay? Let's stop. At least have one item that is Ugandan made. At least that would mean that you're being patriotic enough, yeah? Well, of course, there is a lot that we shall be talking about when it comes to buying and building Uganda for the greater good of ourselves and as our country, Uganda. Yeah. So right about now, we're going to see what is happening into the press. Well, I have a Daily Monitor and a New Vision as here government lifts ban on health staff recruitment, ministry to fill over 700 vaccines. Well, this is in line with health, and of course the East African Community military officials tour the UPDF car plant in Nakasongola. Wow. Have you seen these guys? They are so big, these cars. Beautiful, beautiful. I have a thing for big cars anyway. And of course, looking at Uganda's avocado nourishes Europe. Yeah, and nourishes Europe. And of course, envoy hails China-Uganda relations. Yeah, we're doing quite good actually, in lines with our understanding with China, which has taken initiative to penetrate in every country, almost in Africa. Now, of course, government seeks views to regulate churches. Yes, still on accountability. You have to give accountability on where you get your money as a church. Your tithes, devour. How can a person tithe like a billion? Is that possible? How much are they earning, really? Now, the government says that the move to generate the national religious and faith organization policy was triggered by widespread manipulation of congregations by certain leaders within the religious institution. Of course, one rotten tomato is going to spoil the rest of the tomatoes. So you can imagine just a few individuals leading to this. Well, will the leaders be able to comply? Hoping they will comply. Otherwise, the government will have to think otherwise. Yeah, and of course, all Ugandans to undergo blood group tests. Well, this is quite interesting. Did you know your blood group actually? As an individual, you have to know your blood group, just in case, yeah? Just in case there is an emergency and you have maybe to donate and maybe you've lost blood. Do you know? You have to know your blood group. Now, of course, looking at 61 billion shillings set aside for varsity salaries. And of course, the Ministry of Public Service in April, the 3rd of April later addressed the public university secretaries. Says that 61 billion shillings will be released in the next financial year for harmonization of salaries across the 12 institutions. Well, interesting. And of course, looking at recycled cooking oil linked to cancers. Listen, now this is something I've been concerned over time. You know, it's good. The night economy is very good and we like cheap things, but then at what cost? If you've ever taken time and gone back behind where they cook from, my friend, you will not want to eat that food again. Okay? We are consuming things that will kill us at the end of the day. Cancer. I don't know what kind of oil they use, but it's just deadly. It's black, it's dark, it's, I don't know, red. I don't know. We are consuming these on a daily. You know, the recycling, it does cassava, it does fried chips, it does fish, it does chicken. Like, what are we consuming? What are we consuming, okay? So it is upon these traders. These traders, these are the ones that want to kill us. I beg you, yeah. And of course, the World Health Organization still states that more than 278,000 deaths each year globally can be attributed to the intake of trans fats, which can be found in fried street and restaurant foods, often contain industrially produced trans fat. Yeah, death, as you hear it. Well, of course, we are here along the Chira Road. Yes, Chira Road, as you can see. Yeah, and of course, as you can see, wow, I didn't expect traffic to be that heavy on a Friday. I really didn't expect it to be that heavy. So if you're coming in all the way from Kamocha, yeah, all that way, yeah, all the way from Lago, that side, actually, all that side. You can see it's a bit foggy. The morning is a bit foggy, yeah, so anytime we expect a little bit of sunshine. That is what the whole business was about. If the weather is foggy in the morning, then there is, you expect sunshine. So, as you can see, there is traffic. There is traffic this Friday morning. People are rushing to finish up what they didn't finish, so that they can go up early and work. Go for weekend, yeah, since it's a Friday. So it is rush hour on these roads, usually rush hour. And of course, as you can see from the Chiva Road heading straight, you're heading to Kampala Road, Ginger Road. As you can see, not so many vehicles. Of course, it's going to be in town, so we're seeing, school students crossing the road. Yeah, not so much coming in from Ginger Road, the city. Yeah, unless you're going the other way. Yeah, that is where there is a little bit of traffic, and I'm seeing they have been held for some minutes. Yeah, so we have to consider the fact that this is a busy road and students are heading to school, so there has to be some little bit of order. So we have talked about this, and they talked about having schools, taken out of the city, around the city, so that we can avoid inconveniences of road accidents, yeah, just in case, you run over by a car, because not every student is aware of the rules and regulations on the road, okay? Yeah, the look left, look right skipped their mind. Probably they were absent-minded in their class. So As you can see right there, not so many vehicles are coming from the Ginger Road or Chira Road as you're heading to Chira. Yeah, so definitely there is calm, the traffic lights. Due to the traffic lights, there is order. As you can see, there is also a traffic officer. So they've made it a point, even where the traffic lights, there has to, because if you've taken time and gone to the newly flyover there, the other side, as you go to the city center, my goodness, there are no traffic lights. It is just commotion. You are at the mercy of God, because that's the usually use that road as I'm coming from Gaba. It's usually at the mercy of God, honestly. You don't know anytime you're crossing your fingers. So I believe there's going to be something done. There's no traffic person, but as you can see here, at least I've made it a point on every traffic lights, which they know they're heavily, it's usually full of traffic. There's a traffic officer to, to bring order, because these border guys, you see these border guys, those are the number one road law breakers. Those ones, they don't listen. So there has to be someone to keep them in order, in line. Well, of course, as you can see, keeping our country, our city clean, these women, I must commend them, do tremendous work. They do tremendous work of keeping our environment clean. But, well, they have been, rioting recently. Yeah, due to the delayed pay. Probably they could have sorted them, but it was quite absurd, for such a big authority to be in such scandals. Yeah, so, yeah, the situation, as you can see it, not so many cars heading that way. But of course, coming from that way, because that is where people reside, most residential areas are that side. Yeah. Kamocha. Yeah, that side, Kamocha, as you continue to Ntinda, Bukoto, Chisasi, all that side, all that way. So that's the situation right there. So I can imagine if such a place did not have traffic lights, trust me, on a daily we would have fatalities, we would have casualties. Yeah, because now you have to keep in mind that you, as a person who is on the border, has the right to tell the border man, you know what, ontwala ku speed kende zako, and you seeing the lights, they've said stop, tona jontwala. Okay, make sure you teach these guys the right way to use the road. You never know, you don't know, you just hop onto the border, you don't know where they slept. Yeah, or if you don't know if they have some tokoza bongo in their mind. So please, it is your initiative as a customer to give you rules regarding the road. On how you want the road to be like, your safety to be like. And of course, if you are in the car, fasten your seat belts. Yeah, always fasten your seat belts, please. Yeah, that is one way of, making sure that in case there is something, there is a pull, there is a push, there is a shock, you are fastened in your seat. Yeah. As you can see, yeah. Traffic is going on smoothly, actually. Yeah. People adhere, cars adhere. So that is traffic for the day. 26 minutes past 7 a.m. Yeah. That brings us to traffic updates. Well, and of course, right now we're going in for a short commercial break, and we shall be back. I will be back with what is happening in East Africa and away from Africa as well. Stay tuned.
Smart 24, driving business.
Luxury redefined at Seasand Hotel as you indulge in the splendor of elegant living fit for the royalty that you are. Step into comfort, pampering and blissful customer-centric service as you select from our range of comfy exquisite living quarters furnished to meet with your royal preference.